David Essel here. So there's so much going on, isn't there? It's like crazy. What's going on with the world is just really wild, but I wanted to do and talk today about an anxiety check. I wrote an article the other day on it. The article went crazy about how do we check with our anxiety? How do we do a check-in? What is the purpose of it? What are we trying to accomplish? You know, one of the things sometimes people say is, I don't want to talk about anxiety. I'm already filled with anxiety. But if we don't talk about it, if we don't do anything about it, the anxiety is only going to grow. Michelle, welcome. So if we want to be proactive in life, there's an exercise I'm going to give you that I'd like you to do 2 times a day. And it's simply an anxiety check-in. Now, we've used this exercise with thousands of our clients over the past 30 years, and for those who are facing anxiety, depression, fear, insecurity, it is a lifesaver. Teresa, welcome. Hanny, welcome. And what we want to do is we want to stay in touch with the levels of anxiety. And the question is, well, why? Why do I want to know where I am anxiety-wise? Well, because when you see your anxiety going to a higher level, you can be proactive and do something to diminish it. I just got off the phone with a client, and she's really struggling, and she has a lot of good reasons to struggle. A business that she owns that was supposed to sell is now on hold. She is currently unemployed, even though she's a business owner. I mean, there's just so much anxiety going on. So I'm going to talk to you today about how to do an anxiety check, and then what to do once you do the check. So we look at 1 to 10. Right? A scale of 1 to 10. So what I'd like you to do 2 times a day, we can make it really simple, like 9 and 5, right? Marn, welcome. You can make it 9 and 5. You can say at 9 in the morning, I'm going to do an anxiety check, and at 10. And then we do a scale of 1 to 10. 1 is just about 0 anxiety, and 10 would be the maximum anxiety that you've ever felt. A lot of my clients that I work with today, and we're working with people from all over the world, and let me tell you something, for those watching me right now in the United States, we are not alone. There are people from all over the world that I work with every day that are filled with anxiety, that are really afraid and scared. But if we don't do anything with that anxiety, it's only going to build. Jan, welcome. Anything that is not expressed grows. Anything you try to submerge or avoid grows. So if we're sitting here and we're hearing another report and we're getting anxious, we're hearing another report and we're getting anxious and we're not doing anything about it, where does that anxiety go? And you can't erase it with alcohol, drugs, food, sex, spending. I mean, there's no way that you're going to do anything but numb the anxiety if you try to use a substance, but it's going to come back 10 times stronger 24 hours later or 48 hours later. So let's do this, 9 and 5 every day. You would judge yourself. As I said, 1 is 0 anxiety, 10 is it's off the charts. Wilbur, welcome. And then when you see where you are, let's say at 9 in the morning, you go, oh my God, I'm a 7. Then we want to have a list of things we can do to deal with that anxiety. Jose, welcome. So what you want to do is this, is let's say that you go, okay, 9 in the morning, it's a 7. Then you'd pull out the list, and I'm going to go through the list with you. You'd pull out the list and go, okay, I'm going to do this to help me alleviate my anxiety right now. Or I'm going to choose number 2 to alleviate my anxiety. Cheryl, welcome. Doesn't matter to me, and you may come up with even better ways to deal with your anxiety, but the most important thing is not to avoid, not to pretend. It's also important not to let your anxiety go so unchecked that it will grow exponentially, and then all of a sudden you find yourself constantly talking, constantly worrying, constantly drinking, constantly eating in order to submerge the anxiety. Great to have you with us, Wilbur. Remember this. When you use sugar, sugar is a drug. When you use salt, salt is a drug. And I'm talking about like sugar in cookies and sugar in cakes, salt on potato chips, etc. It will numb the emotions in the brain, just like alcohol does, just like nicotine does, just like pot does, right? They all will go ahead and numb the emotion. So you're going to feel better initially. I did an interview this morning with NBC television, and on there, the whole interview was about this topic. The whole interview was about, how do we deal with the anxiety? And the reporter said to me today, and we posted it somewhere on Facebook. You can, Google my 3 pages and find it. But the reporter said, hey, Sharon, welcome. She said, David, I'm online all weekend, and I'm seeing all these people posting their drunk pictures, their drunk party pictures, which means they're not doing anything positive for their anxiety at all. So let's do this. We've got the chart, right? 1 to 10. 9 in the morning, 5 at night, you judge yourself. So let's say you're a 7. What can you do? Here's a couple things you may want to write down. You can also Google, go to the internet, go to Google and Google the top 10 tips to decrease anxiety quickly. You'll find some answers. Number 1, 10 deep breaths. Write this down. You're not going to remember it. Plus, I want you to have options in writing where that you can go to it when the anxiety gets really high. So number 1 is going to be 10 deep breaths. 10 deep breaths is amazing in regards to decreasing anxiety. I see that Sharon just shared our video on her wall. Go ahead and share this video. You know, one of the things that I tell people all the time, we're in this together. Share helpful information. Sandra, welcome. Share tips that can help your friends and family on your page, right? Just continue to share these videos. We're going to be doing a ton of them. Number 1 is 10 deep breaths. So you take 10 deep breaths. That decreases heart rate, decreases blood pressure, and allows your mind to be clearer, which is the exact opposite of anxiety. Anxiety increases heart rate, increases blood pressure, and clouds your brain. We make crap decisions when we're filled with anxiety, don't we? So number 1 is going to be the deep breathing. Number 2 is going to be, I want you to journal what you're anxious about. Now, this is an important exercise I'm giving you. So you'd write, I'm really anxious about money. I'm really anxious about not having a job. I'm really anxious about how am I going to pay my mortgage. I'm really anxious about how am I going to pay my rent. How am I going to get food for my family? Whatever it is, write it down. And then underneath it, write a solution. Now, with some things, the solution may just be to take a big breath and let it go, right? But other times you might go, you know, I need to get out and walk. I need to do my 10 deep breaths. I need to journal more. I need to read something inspirational. When your mind is engaged in positive activities, the anxiety and negativity cannot match it at the same moment. So you're giving yourself a break, right? Number 3, I teach this all the time. Cognitive behavioral therapy is phenomenal for anxiety. If you go to YouTube and Google David Essel, cognitive behavioral therapy, you'll see we have 3 or 4 videos there taking you through it. How do you use it? Why does it work? How does it work? All of that is on YouTube, on the channel that I have on YouTube. Just Google David Essel, Cognitive Behavioral Therapy. What's your favorite music? Write it down. So you hit this spot of anxiety, you can do your 10 deep breaths, you can journal about it, and maybe there's a solution. You can do cognitive behavioral therapy. What's your favorite music? What music do you listen to that lifts you up, that brings you out of anxiety? Have a list. If you have Alexa, it's perfect. You can say, hey Alexa, play this. Your favorite music can help. And then let's understand this. The final thing I'm going to say today. This is going to pass. And we can either be filled with anxiety during this very challenging time, or we can be proactive and be able to cut the anxiety by at least 50%. Every tip I gave you on this video will alleviate anxiety by about 50%. Now, when you do these tips on a regular basis, you can only imagine that 7 days from now, the odds are you're going to be in a much better place than you could ever imagine. But you're going to have to do something in the physical world. Music, journaling, cognitive behavioral therapy. Maybe you need to walk. You know, I've said this before. Pamela, welcome. I've said this so many times in these videos. You know, studies have shown that 6 10-minute walks a day has the same effect in regards to weight loss and endorphin release as walking for 60 straight minutes. So there's lots of things we can do to alleviate anxiety, but cut back on your eating, cut back on your drinking, start using some of these tools that I'm giving you right now, and we're going to be able to move through this together. Listen, if you need individual help, we have cut our fees for the 30-minute session by 50%. Go to talkdavid.com or davidessel.com. If you need individual attention, I would love to help you, okay? And we're going to keep our fees cut at 50% until we're through this pandemic. I don't want people saying, oh, I wish I could work with you, but I can't. That's why we're cutting our fees in half, okay? Orion, welcome. Great to have you with us. Smitty, great to have you with us. Oh, yeah, you love food. Oh, my God, Orion, I know, right? So many people are reaching out for substances when they're anxious, which is called emotional eating. But during this time, I mean, most of our anxiety is through the roof. Jan, you're very welcome. I mean, I have anxiety, for God's sake, you know, and why? I'm normal. I'm a counselor, I'm a life coach, I'm a minister, but that doesn't mean I'm not human. I have to do the things I'm encouraging you to do. You know, I have to watch what I'm eating. I have to do the cognitive behavioral therapy. I've got to do everything that I'm sharing with you, and it works. I can guarantee it works, okay? So, share these videos. Get everyone on your wall to know that there are people. I'm not the only one, right? There's thousands of people out here giving ideas and tips to help us all collectively move through this challenge. We're in it together. I posted on Facebook today, I already can't eat. I keep dropping weight. Wow, you know what? That is really hard, Pamela, because I know anxiety has that effect. What I would say to that is set yourself up for very small amounts of food every hour or every 2 hours. It might just be a cracker with peanut butter, Pamela. It might just be something to keep your blood sugar levels up, because when our blood sugar levels drop when we're not eating enough, that increases anxiety too, okay? So Leonard, welcome. Orion said, I did make the decision to eat great foods and make sure I do something every day to feel better and feel better. That's awesome. Adam, welcome. So just let me tell you this. Let me help you if you're really stuck, okay? And we will work with the money thing. Don't worry about the money thing. I'm not worried about the money thing right now. I don't want you to be. If you need help, reach out. We'll figure out the money later, okay? Go to the website, davidessel.com, talkdavid.com. Share these videos, and I'll be back tomorrow with more. Also, if you haven't signed up for our free video subscription, it's called David Essel's Motivational Minute. Go to the website and sign up now. Every Monday through Friday, you get a free inspirational video, something to keep your mind in check. And we also are including in our videos now the quarantine positive thought of the day. Both of those come together every day, Monday through Friday. Just sign up at the website, talkdavid.com or davidessel.com. Kathy, welcome. Yeah, definitely try it, Pamela. Definitely try. And it's going to work for you. I know it will. All right, gang. I love you all. I didn't realize this. One of my clients on Skype today taught me this. This is a virtual hug. I didn't realize that. So you're welcome, Wilbur. Here's my virtual hug to everyone out there. I love you all very much, and we're going to make it through this, okay? It's going to be hard, but we're going to do it. I love you. Bye-bye now. Oh, Orion, thank you. Oh, Orion. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I've been calling you Orion the whole time. I think I even called you Orion when I was on your show. I apologize. Please accept my apology and my hug. Orion. It's a beautiful name. I love it. Okay, guys, bye now. Thank you for all your love. I really appreciate you.